Ladies and gentlemen, it's another episode of Rogan Radio, and tonight we have a very special guest with us, live from Ritchie County. You know him best. Whoa!
Hey,
sorry about
Kelly.
that.
Good
You
job.
know him best in this area by chance from pulling over Mark Coffee in a fire truck. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Brian Morton in the studio with us
Put your hands
tonight.
together, everybody. Put your hands together. I am
Brian,
loud.
we are very happy to have you here tonight. Been watching a lot of your stuff on the Facebook, and man, I tell you what, you're killing down there. You're killing. You have figured it out. You have figured it out.
It's been a ride. I'll say that. It's something new all the time. It's interesting.
It's absolutely fantastic. And I tell you what, that's what we're going. We asked Brian to come up here tonight, not only for the mere fact of, you know, we haven't seen you for a long time, first of all, in person. It's been a good many years.
Yes.
But second of all, you know, with technology these days, as far as the Facebook goes, as far as being local goes, one joyful thing about the Facebook is that it has the possibilities of actually making things happen locally, making things happen. And you know what? You're demonstrating that what you're doing down in your part of the woods, as far as anywhere goes, that anybody anywhere could pick up their phone and could actually show local stuff that, say, a local news organization would have to go. They just don't have the time to do it.
Right.
They just absolutely don't have the time to do it, and it's just fantastic. And in the impact that, you know, say what you're doing, what we're trying to do, we're more of a podcast. And what was great, I watched your video today, and it was funny because I heard Brian Morton say,
and he said, drum roll.
Brian Morton said, a podcast, whatever that is.
Whatever that is. Right. I have no idea. You had to bring me up to speed on that one.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what podcasts are.
Podcasts are basically audio morning shows, and that's basically what predominantly Rogan Radio is. And we basically started this thing in September. We're up to, this is episode 16, and we do basically an audio version. And with that, we have come through, you know, the metamorphosis. Man, I could say that without stuttering. The metamorphosis.
I'm impressed.
I couldn't say it the second time. The metamorphosis, I couldn't say it the third time either, of actually incorporating video as far as going live and on video, and doing on YouTube, and doing the podcast too for a global audience. So that is just basically what we do. Now, what? First of all, how long you've been doing? You've been doing a lot of stuff down there for a while now. What actually got you interested? Because, you know, last time I talked to you, last time I saw you, you were wearing a badge and a gun.
Right.
So now how in the world did you get to the point now of, because I know Rob Shipe was talking about down when you were doing a lot of stuff. How you brought skydivers in at the football games down there?
Yes.
How? Where did that? Where did that start? In the bus, the school bus.
Yeah. No, that was excuse me. The cool bus.
The cool bus.
The cool bus was for Mountaineer games, which we later transitioned into high school athletics. But when I moved back to Ritchie County, it was probably, gosh dang, how long has that been?
Oh, it's been forever because you left the mail route.
09, probably 08, 09, somewhere there. Because I was in Bridgeport before.
Oh,
after
so
I left Staley. So
okay.
Yeah, then moved to Ritchie County. I got into oil and gas in 07, so I think I moved back to Ritchie County in 09. Graduated. Did I say 09? Yeah, 09. I graduated in 89.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, once I got back there, I felt that the you know, having a heart for Ritchie County and being a Ritchie County boy and a rebel forever.
Right.
I just felt the community support for the school had dropped off tremendously. So I wanted to get back involved there, and that's when I started with the skydivers. I sponsored that. I don't even remember what year that was, and it kind of took off from there.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. And you get to the point of having skydivers. Then you start broadcasting the basketball games or something like that.
Yeah, I began doing the announcing ball games in the gymnasium for basketball, and then did some middle school football, youth football, and then we worked with the athletic boosters to go do the games live on the internet.
Right. So you originally, when you were doing the broadcasting, I mean, when you were announcing, like, say, being the PA guy,
right,
and then you got to the point of actually broadcasting on the internet, sort of like what we're doing now.
Because we can open it up there, because our fan support was so awesome, and people were wanting to keep track of what was going on, but they couldn't always get there. And of course, when you know, I mean, it's at any school. When people
Sure.
graduate, they move across the country, but yet they're still interested in what's going on at home.
Oh, absolutely.
And there was a market there, and we kept seeing that. And when we started doing our little broadcast online, there was some company that provided us the site to go to, which was weak, but it was in our listener count was actually too high for that, and it was breaking down. But we found that there was a good way to pick up sponsorships, was covering our cost, and we were actually making a little bit of money. And anytime when you're working with athletic departments in high schools especially, I mean, even on the big market, you have to promote that stuff to get people involved. And it's all about, I don't care what you're doing, it all goes back to the root of a dollar.
Sure it does.
You have to put those programs on, they have to have funding. And I know in Ritchie County, the athletic programs, I don't think they actually get any budgeted money. That's all, they generate money themselves from ticket gates
boosters and all
right,
that.
Right. So to do that, you need people you need butts in the seats. You need people to get excited about what you're doing, and that was kind of the driving force, was to get people excited about Ritchie County athletics, whether it be softball, football, whatever. And really, your football programs kind of fund the entire rest of the programs, especially basketball, because you don't have that big of an arena.
That's what Rob Shipe, we work with Rob Shipe. He's down from Ritchie County.
Yes, he is.
And he was telling me, because he's from over in like the D.C. area, right? And one thing that he loved when Morty was doing the games at Ritchie County for basketball, he goes, it was like going to the Cap Center, man. He goes, it was energized. He goes, he had people, it was pumping loud. It was just crazy stuff. And he goes, it jacked me up. He jacked me up as a fan. And I was like, damn, I missed that stuff. I'm thinking of Brian that used to come to the house, you know what I mean? I'm not necessarily thinking of Brian working the boards and doing all this crazy stuff. Like, I was like, man, that is fantastic. And then when we got to hook back up on Facebook again, and then just to give you a little a background, Brian, when we first met, he was the officer over here in Lumberport, and then I happened to be his mailman in Clarksburg.
Exactly.
How funny is that, right?
That worked out good.
Yeah, it really did. And then all of a sudden, you know what? You're doing videos now, and what I really like about the videos is that you're spotlighting just local stuff. I mean, like with the cupcakes. I mean, in the crafts and in the I mean, it's just all local stuff, and people are loving that, man. And it's bringing to light a lot of things that people normally wouldn't even see, or maybe not, because it's so easy to get into the car, especially say in this area, to get in the car and drive to Bridgeport and go to like an Outback or something like that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Because you just don't think of the local stuff. And then, but that's where the local money is. I mean, that's where the people live at. That's the local stuff.
That's exactly right.
Well, yeah, didn't you just spotlighted a what was it? Was it Shop and Save or something that just opened there in Ritchie County?
Save a lot.
Yeah,
that was big down there too, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ritchie. What else is in Ritchie County? So when you got somebody like you and they're spotlighting something like that, and everybody can see it, I mean, they probably had a hell of a turnout. You know, maybe just because of what you did. You know what I mean? Like, really?
Yeah, they heard about the video and the response and the views. I think that video was viewed like 16,000 times or 17,000 times, something like that.
Yeah, and that's like almost all of Ritchie County, right?
More, almost double.
Now, speaking of radio, Mark Thompson used to. You know Mark Thompson? I used to work with Mark Thompson at their WTUS in Fairmont, and I just happened to see where he's talking about. He says it's Brian Morton from Ritchie County. You should follow him on Facebook. So you know what, daggone it, Mark Thompson, let's follow you from Clarksburg if you're still in Clarksburg.
There you go.
That's great. And then, do you do a British accent?
I used to. I haven't.
Oh, I want to hear it. You got to hear it.
Oh, I need
Come
to,
on,
I
man.
need to
No,
practice or
you're
something.
not practicing nothing.
Where did you come up with that?
I just heard it from somebody. So by chance,
I'm having trouble logging in, so I can't keep up.
It says right here that Brian does an awesome British accent.
Oh my gosh, that's probably been 10 years.
Come on, man.
Come on, let's hear it. All right, bring it on. Come on, let's go.
It's not even really good. It's I have family that live in England, and I'm getting a feedback.
No, that was me. That was
you?
my
Okay.
echo. Yeah,
I was like, wow, that's weird. I just heard myself. But anyway, so I would like pick up on that this summer, the first summer that they spent over here, and it's not even really British. I do a Aussie British mix. It's kind of a crossover. So
all right, let's hear it. All right, go ahead.
You're doing it great.
Oh, I know, Brian. I love it. I love it.
You're the guest, Brian.
I don't even know I can do it.
See? You say don't even know it can do it.
It's me mum.
Oh, or my bum. My mum or my bum.
My mum. Yeah.
I do a great English accent myself, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along.
Okay, then we're moving right along. My English accent, whenever I can speak with words that are actually English, that's my English accent,
right?
Because that doesn't happen very often. So
nailed
what's on the tell us like right now, and then we're going to get to like the meat and the funniness, I guess. But what is what's next on the big deal? I mean, it seems like you're moving around. You're always somewhere, and I love it because I just never knew. Hell, you could be in Parkersburg watching Tough Man contest at noon. And then 2 hours later, be at a dodgeball game, which I would love. I didn't even know they play dodgeball anymore.
That I really was shocked with the turnout that they had for that. I saw them promoting that, and I thought that's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
You don't see that every day.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the people that got behind that in the response, and then when I went and watched it, I thought that's actually very awesome.
Yeah. Maybe we
People
should start
get
our
on
own
that.
team.
We need.
I like dodgeball.
Listen, I haven't played dodgeball since probably middle school.
Yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah.
and then they did away with
I
it.
don't think they're allowed to do it anymore.
Oh, I would love that. Wasn't there even a movie like that called
I think
Dodgeball?
Dodgeball,
was.
Oh, I would love
Yep.
to see that stuff. I would love to see that stuff. Man, that is fantastic. All right, here's what we're going to do. Did you guys watch the no, we're going to save this for later. Oh, we had a question. Where's Jimmy? Where's our beloved Jimmy, our normal co-host? Well, Jimmy, he had some work duties tonight. He's going to try to make it later on. If he can't, he can't. If he does, he does.
Well, Jimmy's taking care of business.
Jimmy's taking care of business because he is a man on the move, and that's just how it works out sometimes.
That's
But
what Jimmy does.
we want to remind you, you're listening to Rogan Radio, first of all, and along with Brian, and you're going to start your own show, perhaps, maybe?
I'm here stealing ideas. I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
Brian's here stealing ideas, and that's absolutely fine. We were going through when Brian first got here about some of the different techniques and things like that as far as using Audacity for the podcast audio and Filmora for video and things like that. Now, obviously, I didn't teach Brian all the tricks of the trade because, you know what, I need Brian to call me every now and then and say, hey, Chuck, I got all this stuff, and I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
He's holding back. He's
Yeah,
holding
that's
back.
right. But that's great. Anything, and seriously, any help that you need with anything, listen, you got it, buddy.
I've got your number now. So
Oh,
actually, I
absolutely.
don't have it yet, but I will have it. And,
Yeah.
You will regret it. Make sure it's the good phone number. I know you have a couple, 3 or 4 laying around here. I want
That's
the
what
one
I mean.
that's
I mean,
right to your
it's-
pocket.
it's
Chuck's you got way too many toys. So would you say, Brian, would you say maybe Rogan Radio was maybe it was your inspiration?
It is. It is.
was.
When I can,
Absolutely it was.
When I make it to the big time and I look back, I'll remember those days.
Remember the
right
little
here.
people who are still sitting in this room making podcasts?
That's what was great was when Brian first walked in the room. It's like a TV set, and Brian's first thought was like, "Man, you know what? I just imagine the room being much bigger than what it really
Well,
is."
it appeared on the very first one I watched. I think was last week, and it just looked at the room was a lot bigger. And then when I got in, I was like, "What?
Yeah, it's
Where's
kinda
all that
small.
room?"
Yeah.
It's full of junk, man. I mean, there's cameras, there's stuff all over the place, and it's ridiculous.
But I'm impressed. I'll say that. I was impressed by watching the first one all the way through, and I'm even more impressed than I'm sitting here. So
And
guys
now
are doing
you
a
know
good
what?
job.
Pat yourself on the back. here,
Seriously,
Chuck.
I mean, there's mic stands and everything. I mean, I have headphones on. This is. I mean, you got a setup. There's
Yeah.
things everywhere. There's something going on everywhere.
It's-
Around.
yeah,
every-
you got
it's-
aliens in a body. You got Star Trek phones. You got everything in here.
It's absolutely. This is what happens when you're not married and you don't have any kids.
Got a
You
lot of
find
toys.
things to spoil
Oh, yeah,
yourself
you got
with.
lots
And
of
there-
toys, Chuck.
there's a lot to be said about being divorced, and there's I can't say enough about it.
Yeah. Maybe no, I won't.
No, you won't. You better not do that. But once again, we want to remind you, you can check out all of the, because we know we have a lot of new viewers this evening, and we have some old viewers. You can check Brian out, first of all. Do you have an actual page other than Brian Morton?
Just
yet?
Brian Morton
Okay,
right
so
now.
Brian, if you want to check Brian out and all of his stuff, and listen, you need to, just get on the Facebook and search Brian Morton. It's going to be easy. And check it out, and maybe it'll even give you an inspiration if you're living in Webster County or Calhoun or wherever, because this is actually what we need to. West Virginia's kind of hurting anyhow for business, and this would be a great way to get like the grassroots stuff going on and let your voice be heard. And if you have the magic, say like Brian has the magic, you know what? Put something out there, man, and if you just know how to do it, people are going to watch it, and it's fantastic.
Could you say that again?
Brian has the magic,
That's
and
it.
if you just do it.
Can we put a banner across the screen there? I need
Make some
something.
t-shirts. Brian's got the magic.
I need
Brian
help.
has the
I need
magic.
help. The women need to hear that again. Say it again. Just one more time.
Brian's got the magic.
I want to say hi to Steve and Pasco, by the way. Pasco sent me something there the other day with, you see that picture with the Star Wars picture with Leia and
little Kylo Ren as a
little
boy.
Kylo Ren,
Them big
yeah.
ears sticking out.
Nah.
What's JoJo's? Tell me what JoJo's is. What's JoJo's? What is that?
JoJo's Bar?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Oh,
Steve?
person here on Facebook.
JoJo's Bar was up at the what is it now? Days Inn.
Days Inn.
Yeah.
Oh, up there behind Eaton Park back there. Is that right? Days Inn.
Right back in the
there.
corner there. Yeah. And Steve Chevron and I, at one time, we were in a karaoke contest, and we actually won that karaoke contest, and we won a trip to Bermuda.
Yeah. Is that the one where you pulled your pants off?
That's the one where we pulled our pants off.
That's
Steve and I both did.
tandem?
That's
Just
exactly
ripped them
right. Ripped them right off. We had Velcro and everything else on them. That's fantastic. But you can check out Rogan Radio. You can do that if you're into podcasting. That basically what that means is like a morning show. If you want to listen to your phone or on an iPod or on your Android or whatever, you can check that out on the Stitcher, on the iTunes. You can do that on. You know what? We got turned down, by the way.
By who?
By TuneIn Radio.
Oh, the hell with TuneIn Radio.
Well, the reason we got turned down is the exact phrase I think was.
We hate TuneIn Radio?
No, because I submitted it to the wrong part of TuneIn Radio. They thought it was actually like an FCC broadcast. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't submit it right, so we got turned down for that.
Well, you can resubmit it.
But you can check out Rogan Radio also on YouTube, Facebook, Google+, on Twitter, blah, 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 blah. Soon to be released. Some people are actually getting it now on Google Play. When you go in there to watch music and things like that, I don't really know necessarily a lot of people do. I know iTunes is very popular, and you can check us out there also if you're on an Apple phone. So make sure you do that and like us and leave nice reviews, because for every nice review that we get for the next week, Brian Morton gets a mention and $1 bill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid those are one of the things that never get paid, right?
And, they absolutely
Well, they're all IOUs.
It's all
Brian.
make-believe money.
That's what.
Hey,
I'm
listen, we got a new Rogan Radio's got a new Facebook page, right? Or no, new website. Is that right? In the works?
We do have one in the works, and we'll talk about that. Totally forgot about all that.
All right, we'll bring it up.
We'll do
later.
all that. Once again, want to remind you, if you are watching this live by chance on the Facebook, episodes are normally right around, right before we get cut off, about 30 minutes. So if you happen to be watching, and if it cuts off, we're trying to pay attention to that. If it cuts off, then don't worry. We're going to take a little bit of a break, because we also have to go and we have to powwow and we have to get our show notes together for the next episode, or the next segment, I should say, and it will be back in action.
Yeah, just stay tuned. It'll pop right back up there.
Absolutely, it will be. Absolutely, it will be. But listen, some of the things we're going to talk about tonight. This is going to be great, because I'm going to give you guys a crap or a fact quiz. I'm going to ask you questions, and I want you to tell me if you think it's real or if you think it's fiction.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do that.
All right.
We're also going to talk about some things from Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is coming up, of course. Is it next Sunday?
Yeah, next Sunday. God.
Next Sunday, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, my wife just had a birthday last Wednesday, and Valentine's Day is next Sunday. So what I think I should do is, like you, Chuck, when's your birthday? December 6th.
December 25th.
No,
December
I knew it was.
6th.
Now, did you ever have that problem like some kids do, where their birthday's real close to Christmas, so they kind of merge the two together and have one?
It seemed that. When was your birthday?
Mine was the day after Christmas.
Oh,
Mine's
you
always-
guys
so
screwed
they
too.
did. Yeah, okay.
Here's your Christmas. Oh, and your birthday.
Yeah. So I think what I should do from now on is, since her birthday's the week Wednesday prior, right before Thanksgiving, I should just kind of make them just once. One day. Like what do you think?
I think I like that idea.
I think it's a great idea.
We're also going to talk about. The Super Bowl happened last night.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the daggone commercials that were on there. Now, listen, there were some great commercials.
No,
there were some really stupid commercials. Now, one of the ones that's making a lot of waves, I guess, would obviously be the Doritos one.
Is that the one where the woman's having a baby?
Yeah,
that's the one I saw.
Yeah. Now, the one that I thought was really stupid was the very first one with the dude there from Jurassic Park, and there was the apartments.com one. Did you guys see that one where they lift him up and he's playing the piano?
Jeff Goldblum.
Did you see this one?
I did not.
Okay, Brian. What happens is, and we'll play this here.
I was being social.
Listen, I'm glad you were. It starts out, Goldblum is almost dressed up like Steve Jobs, and he's playing this piano, and they lift him up this side of the skyscraper till he gets to the very top. And what they're playing is the theme song off of the Jeffersons.
Yeah, well, moving on up.
So they get to the top of the building, and I'm thinking, this is one of the dumbest commercials I've ever seen in my life, right? He gets to the top, and there's a guy dressed as George Washington, I guess, for George. And the other one's dressed, what's his name?
The fat white guy?
No, the rapper dude with I can't even, he was supposed to be Wheezy.
And he was a fat rapper guy portraying Wheezy?
Yeah.
Oh, God. There's a lot of black rappers.
But
50 Cent, Eminem.
No. Daggone it.
no,
I should have thought about that. But it was just, I'm thinking, man, what a stupid commercial for apartments.com, whatever that is.
Was it Lil Wayne? Little Wayne?
Little Wayne. Maybe it was Little Wayne.
Yes,
Yeah, it was
Little Wayne. Who was that? Thank you, Christopher Adam
Yeah,
Williams.
it was Little Wayne. And I'm thinking, where did the Wheezy part come in? And that was just a really stupid commercial, man. That was a dumb commercial. I'm thinking, how much money did you spend on that? Where's GoDaddy? Where's Donica Patrick?
How much are those spots for the TV?
They're expensive.
Oh, they're
They're
millions of dollars.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. And in the meantime, I want to ask you two a question.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Cadbury eggs. You like Cadbury eggs?
Yeah.
Used to, yeah.
You don't like? Oh, well. Okay.
That's not on my.
That's not on your diet
That's my
anymore.
restricted diet.
It's
right?
on my diet. You got one?
I know Todd's restricted diet is Chinese and pizza rolls, which, by the way, I had 3 nights in a row this week.
Listen, I sold those ones at Kroger's, 90 count, like $5.96 or something like that. I said,
Yeah.
that don't big. I said, we got to get some of them.
Let me tell you something. I haven't had pizza rolls, Brian, in like for years. I haven't had pizza rolls for a long time, and I forgot how much I liked them.
They're so good.
And so I went to Kroger's. I went to Kroger's the other night looking for something to eat. I'm thinking, what am I going to eat tonight? And I hate those daggone wings that you get that you throw in the oven because they're just not wings. They're not BW3 wings. They're not real good wings.
Right.
At least to me, they're not. You pull them off, and it's just breaded stuff and all that. So anyhow, I get these things. I'm like, ooh, pizza rolls. I haven't had pizza rolls for a long time.
Yeah.
And you could get like the 40 count, or you can get for the 90 count or something like that.
Gotta have the 90.
That's what I mean. I said, I'm going to go for the 90
If you're
count,
going to eat
man.
pizza rolls, you might as well eat them all.
I got them things. I've eaten them for 3 days. I was like, I can't stop eating pizza rolls.
And it's
right
like
now.
it's like a plate at a time.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Whatever
listen.
can cover the plate.
And
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and it just doesn't get old. It doesn't get old to the point I'm eating them so often I don't even wash the baking pan out. It's like, you know what, I'm going to burn.
I'm gonna use it tomorrow, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to put pizza rolls
But here's
back on.
something we'll talk about here in a little bit also. Once again, we're going to have a little game, a little quiz about what's fact and what's crap, fact or fiction, I guess you could say. We're going to get actually Jeremy on here. Let's get Jeremy on here and talk about the now, Brian, you didn't see the spoilers or the trailers last night for the new movies coming out this summer?
I did not.
Listen, there's going to be 2 great ones. There's going to be a
Well,
lot.
there's going to be one great one, IMO. But go ahead.
Oh no, there's going to be a couple of them. Independence Day for one. You don't think that's going to be good?
No.
Oh, you're crazy.
No,
man.
no.
Listen,
no,
that's
no,
going to be
no.
much better than the first one.
But listen, that new Bourne movie.
The new Bourne movie is going to be
Good
badass.
movie.
Yeah, and we're going to have Jeremy talking about that. Jeremy is our like in-house movie guy, and he's really upset about the new Ghostbusters movie coming out.
Which he will see. Oh, I won't see
will
it.
see.
I won't see it, but he will.
And after that, we'll talk about a little stuff, and this is where we're going to have some participation from the audience in the Facebook. We're going to talk about some unknown or maybe little tidbit things about Valentine's Day, which, in fact, the first one we're going to tease you with is the first day.
Valentine's Day is crap. We're not to that part yet. The
first-
crap or fact.
The first Valentine's Day box of chocolates happened in 1868. The very first documented one, I should say, where chocolates became in a box for Valentine's Day was 1868.
Yeah, okay, that's great. You still have those?
Who in the world came up with that? And I gave you the hint earlier.
Oh, I didn't
hear the hint.
I wasn't ready for the quiz.
Richard Cadbury.
Oh.
Amazingly so, is it not?
Okay.
Amazingly so.
Shayla likes the Cadbury caramel eggs.
No, he makes the eggs too, right? I can't believe the guy's still
Cadbury
alive.
eggs, yeah.
Him and Willy Wonka both,
He's
man.
not alive. Willy Wonka never was alive.
Willy
What the
Wonka,
hell's
you
wrong
could
with
be-
you?
There's 2 movies about Willy Wonka, man.
Yeah, which one do you like?
I like the first one.
God, the second
The
one
dude
was
with
a
the blazing.
travesty.
Yeah, I don't like Johnny Depp. That was Johnny Depp in that, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think our movie expert Jeremy Duckworth would probably agree with
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So anyway, we're going to take a break here. This is part 1 of the video, mind you. We're going to it'll be like 5 minutes. We're going to come back. So be watching on the links. We're going to share them again, and then we're going to get to the fact or crap. We're going to see how well Brian knows facts and how well Todd knows fiction. And I know Todd knows a lot about fiction.
I love fiction, science fiction.
Oh, I said friction.
I said, whoa, that's what happened to your back, wasn't it,
That's
there,
a
big boy?
completely different show.
And once again,
no, it's all the same show.
And we cannot forget, we have a great one tonight. We'll come back with it. We have a great quote of the week coming off the hotline, the Rogan Radio hotline.
Finally, that's our first one. Nobody has yet called in for
listen, up to this point,
no, first
where have
one.
you been getting all these?
Oh, I get them off the internet. I get everything off the internet.
681-222-ROGN. If you have any questions for Brian, if you have any comments, if you have any quotes of the week, go ahead and give us a ring. 681-222-ROGN at 7646. And listen, we'll be right back. You're listening to Rogan Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we are live. It's Rogan Radio, and tonight's special guest in the studio is Brian Morton, straight from Ritchie County. You know him well as Morty. And
Morty.
Now, Brian, we had a question right before we split on the break about the status of the hotel.
Sleep Inn in Ellenboro. They were scheduled for the fire marshal to do their inspection on Friday. That did not happen. It was rescheduled for Wednesday.
Now, listen, that's going to be a big deal down there.
I think so. It's 60 rooms. It's in a great location. I think it's going to spur some other things, kick off the Ellenboro, open it up, and some other things may come in there and put Ritchie County on the map.
Hell yeah, there's no motels, no hotels or anything in there, really?
We have the state park, and then there's the Heritage Inn that I think they're still open in Harrisville.
Okay, in Harrisville.
So yeah, but not a chain type.
Yeah, nothing big deal like that.
Right.
That's
State Park
fair.
has a nice lodge and has
Listen, Ritchie
cabins.
County is coming to life, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Now, one thing that was kind of really cool about the fact of we were talking about Silver Run.
Yes.
Now, you say Cairo or Cairo?
Cairo.
Cairo.
And
See,
I think
don't even
they changed because Cairo, Egypt.
Right.
But in Ritchie County, their mascot was Pharaoh. So Cairo doesn't really rhyme. So it's Cairo, Pharaohs.
That makes a lot of sense then.
Now.
Yeah, because we went down there doing a ghost hunt one time.
Yeah, I'm not really sure that's
Yeah,
why
we
it is,
did.
but it makes sense.
We went down there for a ghost hunt, Tunnel 19.
19.
And let
Yeah,
me
we
tell you
did.
something. That place is spooky, man.
It's pretty neat.
And no one believes me to this day. And it's like one of those things that when it comes to ghost hunts and stories like that, you have to actually experience it or you don't believe it, right?
Right.
So we went down to Tunnel 19. And Brian, we're looking at you know how there's like that turn, that bend in there?
There's a little bit of a bend.
Right. And I'm looking at the end of it, and I see a light. Then I see two lights. Okay, at the very end. I say, well, okay, well, this is a very popular place for ghost hunters and things like that. So maybe there's somebody at the end. So kept walking all the way to the end. Never saw a soul. Nothing.
Whoa.
Have no clue. And there's not like it was headlights or anything. There's no way there could be headlights through there.
The craziest thing that I find about that tunnel is when you're walking in from where you park, you go in that end.
Right.
And you're walking, there's no breeze, there's no breeze outside. The wind's not blowing. You walk through this thing, you get to the other end, you're like, okay, let's go back. Now there's wind.
Yeah, and it's not just wind; it's blowing.
It's
wind.
like,
oh yeah, it's like someone turned a fan on.
and you're
that
like,
place.
what?
Scary.
How is that happening? Where's it coming from? Because
You know,
it's not windy outside.
It's coming from the other side.
It's
Brian.
absolutely crazy. But listen, one thing you've never done is stay all night down in Weston at the hospital.
I have not.
Todd hasn't either.
I want to do the overnight stay
We're
there.
going to.
My buddy Brian Fortney and I
I think I've had family that have stayed overnight there when it was operating. Maybe.
We never left.
we
Right.
stayed. What
They're
got
still
me
there.
started on this? I had a buddy Brian Fortney, grew up with him, and we stayed all night down in Weston. Stood all night down there all night, and got some really crazy stuff. I mean, just you would almost. It's like one of those things you have to be there to experience it. Then I was telling Todd about that, and we ended up going up to the Moundsville.
Yep.
Up to which is a gothic monster of a place anyhow. And you
It's
think of-
amazing.
and listen, you think about all the junk that happens in that place.
Listen, that place is
Yes.
that's the home of Weston's home of the lobotomy. You heard that?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the
Yes.
lobotomy. That's where it originated
exactly
from. Was
where
right
it-
there in Weston, and that's a lot of people got.
It
some
actually did do
bad
that.
news right there, buddy.
But we need to schedule a trip. When you get the Mort report, all what you have now, but when you get your show, hell, we'll just do it next week. I mean, whenever.
Let's do it.
Let's get the posse together, and we'll do an all nighter down in Weston.
Yeah,
I'm in.
because we got a posse. There'll be a gag.
Load
Oh,
up.
listen, we'll be scared to death. We'll be screaming like crazy,
like
man.
little girls.
Yeah, we can't go live because I will scream.
Oh, I guarantee it. I'll be screaming, and I'll be doing a lot of cussing. And Brian, if you ever go with Brian, and you will, because Brian loves this stuff too, Brian's like our nuclear option. If we can't get anything or capture anything by being nice, then we release the hell that is Brian. And Brian's like the
He finds
instigator.
it, brings
Oh,
it
listen,
out.
he
brutal.
he does because he antagonizes them. He's
Oh,
like, "Come on,
man.
come on, you don't scare me," and he just and then we're like, "Okay, Brian."
Anyway, what we're going to do right now, Brian, every week we have a thing called the quote of the week. And this week's quote comes from us off the Rogan Radio hotline, last 4 digits, 7742. And the quote of the week, Mr. Beck, is...
The quote of the week is, pay close attention. If your cup is only half full, you need a different brawl.
Hey, that would be great for applause.
That would be fantastic for
I'll just
applause.
Or, a bigger cup.
Or a smaller cup, maybe.
Yeah,
there we go.
fantastic. All right, here's what we're going to do. Here is what we're going to do. You guys are both pretty smart. I consider you both pretty smart.
Hey, thanks, Chuck.
Thanks.
You've
you're
said
here,
that.
right?
You've never said that before. I appreciate you saying that.
Well, it's only because Brian's a guest tonight. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
There's a lot
Okay.
of firsts tonight, Chuck.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you each a question, and we're going to go through maybe 5 or 6 of these things. And I want to know if you think they are fact or, in fact, fiction.
Fiction.
Okay? In the 1400s, a law was set forth in England that a man was allowed to beat his wife with a stick no thicker than his thumb. Hence, we have the rule of thumb. Is that fact or is that fiction? Todd?
Oh, okay. I was going to let Brian do it since he's the guest. He's going to guess first. Go ahead, Brian. You go first.
Okay, Brian.
I'm going to go with fact.
I will also go with fact.
Ding, 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 ding. You would be
Ding, ding,
correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
In 1400s, there was a law that you were allowed to beat your wife with a stick no thicker than your thumb, hence the rule of thumb. Pretty interesting there.
I like that. I like that.
We need some kind of game show, like music or something. Can you find me something there? I like that.
I think I can.
Okay, the first couple to be shown in bed together on primetime TV in the United States were Fred and Wilma Flintstone. Is that fact, or is that perhaps fiction?
Brian?
Fiction.
Fiction. Brian says fiction. Todd?
I'm going to say that is absolutely fiction.
I don't think they slept together. I think
No.
they had 2 different beds.
Yeah, I think they did. Well, I don't even know if they ever showed them together like that.
Let me rephrase. Let me read the question again. The first couple to be shown in bed together
Together.
on primetime TV were Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
Okay.
That is
Fiction.
absolute fact.
Fact.
That is an absolute fact. Can you
When was?
believe it?
Wait a minute.
What
when
year that was?
When were the Flintstones ever in prime time?
I guess when they were aired, whenever that is. I have no idea.
All right.
Yeah, that's a great question.
And what's the source of your information?
These are off the.
It's on the internet.
It's off the internet.
It must be true.
Nor's
Yeah.
list. Nor's list. You know, Abraham Lincoln once said, "You can believe everything you read off the internet."
Yes, you did.
The percentage of Africa that is wilderness is 28%. Okay.
Brian?
Now wait, hold on.
Nope.
That's absolute fact.
That's true. Okay.
That's true. Now, in comparison, the percentage of North America. Now we're talking about North America, not
Yeah.
just the United States.
Right.
In North America, the wilderness is 38%, which is actually more than Africa. Would that be, in fact, fiction or fact?
38%. North America.
And Africa was what?
In Africa, it was 28%. In North
North
America,
America,
38%.
I'm going to go with fact.
You know, I'm going to go with fiction. And the answer is?
The answer is actually North America has wilderness percent of 38%.
I guess that was a fact.
Boom.
Okay.
Wow.
We're going to do 2 more of these things. The first novel ever written on a typewriter
Oh.
was Tom Sawyer. Fact or fiction?
Brian?
Oof. Tom Sawyer.
That's a long time ago, buddy.
Mhm.
That's Mark Twain, right?
That would be Mark Twain.
Typewriter.
Did he ever, that was the first novel ever written on a typewriter?
Written on a typewriter. Tom Sawyer. Fiction.
Fiction.
Fact.
It is- but once again, it is fact.
Now, I just want to point out here. Wait a minute. I just want to point out something.
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Were you
Like,
ever
yeah,
written on a typewriter?
Well, where I'm sitting, I can't see your notes. Where
Oh, is he cheating?
He is sitting there, he can see the
absolutely-
notes.
I am
man.
absolutely not cheating.
I'm not know that he is. I'm just saying I'm away from the notes.
Now this is one I'm going to let you both use your calculators, so you might want to break them out.
Yeah, I don't
All
have
right.
a calculator.
It is 1,011.
Oh, my God.
100,011.
I don't even know how to type
don't
that.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
I don't know how many zeros
okay.
that is.
Okay, here we go. 111,
1-1. Oh, yeah, okay. Brian's got it.
111, 111, 111
Yeah.
Got it?
Uh,
times
Yeah.
Yeah. Multiply. Boom. Okay.
111,
Uh-huh.
111,
Uh-huh.
111
Right.
equals what?
Huh.
Come on, Brian. You got the calculator.
I'm going to say,
What is error?
what is error?
Fact. 111 times 111 in fact equals 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1.
Actually, that is fact.
That is
a
fact.
Is that not bizarre or what?
That's nuts.
That is bizarre.
Okay, that's pretty. I thought that was pretty amazing. There.
You got one more? You got one
You
more?
want one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
We got time.
What is the? Okay, here we go.
Okay, all right.
This will be the last one. In Shakespeare's time, mattresses were secured on bed frames by ropes. When you pulled on the ropes, the mattress tightened, making the bed firmer to sleep on. Hence the phrase, "Good night, sleep tight." Fact.
Oh, because you're pulling the ropes tight.
Well, I mean that's
Right?
the question. I mean, it
Yeah.
would make not logical sense. So you have to decide if that is fact or if that is in fact fiction.
You sold it well. I'm going with fact.
I am also going with fact.
That would be true. Once again, that is an absolute fact. If you ever heard the phrase "good night, sleep tight," it was because during Shakespeare's time you would have,
What do you got?
ropes around the mattress to tighten you up. That's fantastic.
Or tie up your women. Why couldn't you tie up your women? Back then you could do that. If you could beat them with a stick no bigger than
Hey,
your
listen,
thumb, why
speaking
couldn't
of
you tie
that,
one up?
Speaking of tying up your women, I saw this interesting fact here about Valentine's Day, since that is coming up. You know what? Do you even know the beginning of Valentine's Day?
Well,
Do you know the beginnings of Valentine's Day by chance?
No. Some guy was trying to get in some girl's panties.
Buy her chocolates, Cadbury, right?
Yeah.
Listen, lubricalia, lupercalia.
Does this have anything to do with what is that?
It's a Roman festival, by the way, and what started this thing is where that's where men in Rome, because they were crazy back in the day in Rome, they were crazy guys.
Right. You ever watch Spartacus?
I love Spartacus.
Oh, that's Rome.
Yeah,
That's the real Rome right there.
they would strip down naked and they would spank young maidens in hopes of upping their fertility.
Oh.
That's how it all started out, allegedly. But like again, you know what? Brian said it. You can't believe everything you read off the internet.
We call that rape.
Jeez, dude, what are you talking about? Hey, make sure though, Christian Wisniewski, he's the youngest of the podcast group. He is over on the Instagram site. He is starting a segment called what's it? Game of the Week.
Game of the week.
So if you want to be a fan of the Rogan Radio over there, he's giving away $1,000.
He is.
Can you believe that? He says to follow him for more content. The search for the Goat Man continues, blah, 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 blah. But he's going to give away $1,000, Brian. Wow. That's pretty good.
I wonder if his parents know about that.
They probably don't.
Well, they do now.
They probably don't. Hey, once again, you're listening to Rogan Radio. Brian Morton in the studio here from Ritchie County. Glad to have Brian. You know, we've been friends with Brian for a very long time.
Forever.
Forever and a day, man. You ever talk to Chad anymore?
No, I haven't seen him in
I don't
forever.
either.
That's crazy.
You know,
I see him every now and then.
the only time I ever see Chad is when he has his lights on. And I saw him one day. There was some kind of an accident or something when I was heading to work. And I sent him a text. I was like, Chad, what's going on there? And he just said, stupid people. So I just
Stupid
knew,
people.
yeah, stupid people. That was pretty good. But listen, if you have any questions for us, if you have any questions at all, let's give away something. You feel like giving away something?
Yeah, what do you want to give away? You want to give away that drone right behind me?
No, we are definitely not giving away the
Nope,
drone.
I'm taking that home.
Darth Vader, you want to give
That's
away
what we were telling.
Radio
We
t-shirt?
were telling Brian because Ritchie County does have a lot of nice places down there to look at. I mean, Tunnel 19 is one of them. Did you have give me some scenery things? I don't spend a lot of time down there. I know the Shipe Farm, I know Harrisville, the McDonald's down there, and I know Tunnel 19.
That's it?
That's pretty much in the gun shop.
Dodds.
Dodds, because I bought a lot of stuff down there from Dodds.
Yep, good folks. Do you fish?
Occasionally.
We have a beautiful lake, and that's a frustrating thing that I've written emails and everything to people all across the state. If you drive Route 50, it's kind of like the pipeline right through Ritchie County, Route 50. If you drove through there and you weren't familiar with Ritchie County at all, you would have no idea we have a beautiful lake at the state park, North Bend State Park. There's if you're a muskie fisherman, especially muskie,
Really?
it's a musky lake. People love it. It's bass lake. You can bass fish. I kayak there as often as I can.
Now let me ask you this: is there a place, and I'm not sure it is in Ritchie County, where there is a it's along the river going? It's in North Bend State Park, but that's a pretty big park.
It's very nice. Yeah,
Is that purely in Ritchie County?
all of it. I believe. Yeah.
What's the part where you can walk on the cliff with the there's like a boardwalk or there's like a walk, like a cliff walk or something?
What?
Oh my gosh! Listen, man, I know what I'm talking. I think so. There's isn't there a place where you can go up and there's like planks inside underneath the rocks and stuff where you can look down? Oh man,
Are you talking about the same thing he's talking about? Jay?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Brian,
Is
help
it like
me.
is it like with the state park pictures and stuff like that all the time? Or
Because isn't there like there's like a swimming area down there?
we have a swimming pool.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different part.
I think you're in a different
you are,
part.
Chuck. You're thinking something.
I
Okay,
think I
I'll-
know. I think I know which rock you're talking about, but I don't think that's at North Bend.
No, there's like it's like a walk that goes underneath. There's it's almost like a boardwalk underneath these rocks, like this rock formation, and you're overlooking the river. I thought for goodness that was North Bend, and no, it's not Audra.
Well, I mean, there is a walking trail out of the nature center, and there's some like rocks, but I don't know that that's something that would stand out to you. But maybe it is. Maybe I should walk more in the park.
Maybe you should less kayak, more hayak.
right.
North Bend Boardwalk. Let's see. No, that's in Oregon. I know that's not where that was at.
Let me see.
Daggone it. Somebody on the Facebook, tell me what I'm talking about.
How big of a boardwalk are we talking? How long is this thing?
When I say a boardwalk, I mean it's almost like a trail on the rocks, but I just remember it. But I just don't. For some reason, I was thinking that down was in North Bend, and there was a It was right after. I do remember when the big storm came through there and it wiped a lot of it out. And oh my goodness, I can't believe I brought that up without even knowing what I'm talking about.
Well, it happened.
That's just great.
Yeah, that one's not. I'm not getting that one.
Oh man!
But we have a beautiful state park.
Check that out, Ritchie County.
That's North Bend, right?
The Rails of Trails goes right through there too.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody help me out. Where am I thinking that? Maybe Eric was talking about it. Maybe it's at Audra. There's a place though that you walk through and then you get up on these like a boardwalk or like they're planks. It's like a boardwalk kind of thing, but it goes underneath these like a rock formation and you're walking and you're looking over the river. That might have been Audra. Could have been, I guess.
Well, we should have one too then.
That's what I'm saying. Where's Audra at? Where's that? What county is that in?
What's Philippi area, right?
Barber?
Barber. There you go.
Yeah, the hell with them then.
Phil Reinhardt said you're drinking too many beers, buddy. You need to settle down.
No, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and Eric knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay,
but back
Bob and
to-
Joe said that too, Audra. Okay.
Back to the Ritchie County, the lake in Ritchie County. I want somebody, I don't know if it takes Rogan Radio to get this, but I want a sign on Route 50 that just says we have fishing lake, North Bend State Park, fishing lake or something. You can drive through there every day and never know we have a lake.
And
Yeah, because I've made a lot of trips
Yeah,
down
it
Route
makes
50.
me
I don't think
mad.
I've ever seen a sign that said that.
it would almost be like a dog run kind of thing. I mean, in the sense that it's that close off of 50.
Yeah, you're 4 miles.
Oh yeah, it's really close then. Well, let's do something then.
I want a sign.
Let's do it then.
Listen, Mike Coffee wants
There we go. I knew this would come up. I knew
Yeah,
it.
he wants to know if that's where you pull over the fire trucks.
The fire trucks.
I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe you know what he's talking
I
about.
most certainly know what he's
All
talking
right, now
about.
this started last week, and the whole story goes on is that when Brian was an officer in Shinston,
Yes.
you had him and Bill. They were in the cruisers,
Yep.
right? Looking
Yep.
for trouble, not
Yep.
looking for trouble, looking to stop trouble.
Yeah,
crime
that's
fighters,
what they do,
Crime
man.
fighters, what we were
crime
doing.
fighters, and
I think
so
we were
happened.
looking for pizza or something.
And so you happen to hit the green light down there by the main road there of the bank, whatever it is down there now. Is it a West
Right.
Bank
We
or
were
Huntington,
coming,
whatever it is?
We were coming from East Shinston by the, what is it, Moose, VFW
Well, yeah,
area?
the Moose and
The American
VF
Legion, and you
Coming
go
to
down,
the light. Our
Right.
light is green.
and then all of a sudden you see a Company 11 truck come flying
This
through,
big red truck. Yeah.
come flying through the red light.
No sirens.
No sirens.
No
just
lights,
Right
no
straight
lights.
through a red light.
At which point you have to do your civic duty. You took an oath at the
Almost
Constitution.
took my life.
Almost did. It wouldn't have, how bizarre
Scared
would
me.
that be that a fire truck would take out a
Ran
police
over
car?
a police cruiser. Right.
So of course you pulled him over, and the driver would be.
I thought about it for a little bit. We followed them for a little ways, and I thought, should we just stop and see what they're doing?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And who'd you talk to when you pulled him over?
Mark was driving.
Mark Coffey was driving.
Mark did not like me for a very long time. I'm not sure that Mark still even likes me now.
Oh, yeah, he don't hold.
But I think we made out.
Yeah, he
not made out. We made up.
Big difference there, Brian. Big difference.
Yucky. Well, thanks for that picture, Brian.
Sorry, Mark. I outed you. Sorry.
One last question here. Yeah, that's what Jared said. He missed the cool bus, though. But another question, because we're getting a lot of comments here, and I'm not really necessarily keeping up on them. But, however, what's this thing about the cruiser when you first became an officer?
Yeah, Robert Harris wants to know about that.
Yeah, Robert Harris. I've seen him, like, he's listed that like 12 times now, because that one won't go away either.
Oh, tell me about this one,
How
then.
come when a guy makes a mistake,
no one lets you forget?
they won't let you forget?
Oh, yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
This is like terrible, absolutely worst. So I began my law enforcement career in 1993. We have a half-hour show, so this has got to.
Oh no, you're in good shape. You're in good shape.
1993. I go to the police academy May 29th, 1994. Graduate July 29th, 1994. That was on a Friday. I come to work. I worked through the weekend, but I worked also on Monday. On Monday, I pick up a gentleman who was wanted there was a warrant. I knew he was a runner. I didn't feel like I didn't want to chase him. This was in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
The folks at the office had bought cake and ice cream. They were celebrating my graduation from the West Virginia State Police Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're there. The family that this guy had stolen stuff from had come in and said, I know you have a warrant for this guy. He's out on the street. So I said, okay, great. So I drive out. I pull up beside of him, and I said, jump in the back. He's like, I don't want to go to jail. I said, I didn't say you're going to jail. Just get in the back. Because I knew if he got in the back seat, the doors don't open.
right.
And I don't have to chase his, I don't have to chase him.
Right.
So he gets in. This is August, would have been August because I graduated on the 29th of July, so it was the first part of August. Hot
I
day.
guarantee you.
Middle of the afternoon.
We're
probably 90
bulletproof
degrees.
vest in?
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course you were.
Of course. Don't want to get shot.
No.
They're very uncomfortable, but I understand a bullet is too. So,
That's what I hear too.
so I was wearing one. Yes. So anyway, so I pick him up, and then I have to go to the 911 center to pick up the paperwork to take him to the processing at the magistrate court. When I get to the 911 center, I actually have to go inside the building to get that. And plus, I just graduated, so some of the dispatchers I wanted to go and BS with them. So I did real quick. But it was 90-some degrees, maybe 100 degrees. I left the cruiser running. Turn the air conditioner on, so the prisoner, I'm taking care of him.
Right.
I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to
Yeah, I gotta keep him cool.
sweat,
You don't
right?
want to melt back there.
I locked the sliding glass door, the little sliding glass window here, so he can stay in back there. He can't get in. He's locked in.
Yeah.
So I go take care of the paperwork. Well, I get in there, and, I like to talk a lot, so it probably took me a few minutes to come back. Well, when I come back, the cruiser's not in the spot that I left it.
This is a horrible story already.
Yeah, it goes bad. It's bad. So now I'm thinking, all right, this is my
Your first and last day on the job?
well, I'm thinking initially I'm thinking it's a prank. I'm thinking that one of the dispatchers were near a shift change or something. They came out and they were messing with me.
Oh, yeah, this is part of the hazing right here.
Hazing, right.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
move
the
his
new
car.
Right, this is the new guy. So now I'm out walking around the premises behind the building looking for my cruiser.
With your prisoner in the back.
Wherever he is. And,
So you're walking around like you're supposed to be walking around, not because you're looking for a lost police car.
Yeah, what are you doing out here? I'm looking for my car. Dude, where's my car? So I go eventually give up on the outside, and I go back inside, and I'm looking for the director or one of the directors and asking, because I thought maybe he had something to do with it.
Yeah,
Sure.
pulled a prank on you.
They're like, he's not here. He's already gone. All right, great. So now I'm thinking, who else was here that would have taken my car? Well, when I go back in the second time, the dispatchers I was talking to, they're now busy with 911 calls. You'll understand why in a moment. So anyway.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, so I go back outside. I'm looking around. I'm headed back inside the building, and I'm passing one of the lieutenants of the sheriff's department, and I ask him, Ed, have you seen my cruiser? No. I'm going to a call. So he takes a couple steps, and he stops. And he says, your white cruiser? I said, yeah. He said, "Get in the car. Go with me." I was like, "Why?" Yeah, I'm going to a call, and the call is, we think it's a police cruiser.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
no,
a man
man.
stuck between a sliding glass window.
How did that guy get out of the back?
There's an accident, and we think it's a police cruiser.
Oh, my
That's
God.
awesome. So anyway, so we drive down there, and here it is. He had something to do with whittled, I don't know, he jiggled that window and was able to slide.
He was able to drive your car away.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he put the lights on and sirens, and buddy, he was headed out of town.
Easy, Crowley. That guy was pulling people over with using the...
He was on
So
emergency.
This guy must have been like a little spindly fella, because to get through that window's not very big between the front and the back, right?
Yeah, remember I said he liked to run. He was quite fast. He was just a little quick, speedy little
skinny
guy.
little guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that is fantastic.
You know what? For about 10 minutes, that guy was king of the world.
Oh, he was thinking he was like watching chips or something,
he's
man.
driving down there with the windows
Oh, he was
down.
passing cars and crashed in
Well.
a turn and hit a guardrail,
Oh my god!
and then fled on foot. So we had a
Because he was a runner.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, and once he gets in the front seat, he can get right out them front doors.
And if I remember correctly, you know MC Hammer, those like what were those balloon pants?
yeah,
or
the
parachute
pants. Or
Yeah.
something. He was wearing a pair
Oh,
like
my
orange
goodness.
and gray. I can remember that for the rest of my
Well,
life.
I'm sure he's going to be wearing a lot of orange for the rest of his life. now.
Listen, I'm just glad that guy didn't like pop the trunk. What do you got in the trunk? They probably got shotgun back
Grenades.
there, and grenades, and
Boomerangs.
flak jackets, and
No, you got to remember it was Salem Police Department. We didn't. have all that fancy stuff.
okay.
And actually,
Forgive me.
when I charged him for the initial charge for taking the cruiser, we tried grand larceny, but the cruiser did not value of more than $1,000.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
So,
no,
there you go.
Man. That is fantastic. Anyway, we're talking to Brian Morton tonight, very special guest here on Rogan Radio. And listen, once again, make sure you give us a ring, 681-222-ROGN. Check us out on the Facebook. You can check us out on Google+, Twitter, YouTube for the live video, and also obviously on the Facebook for the live video. We want to really thank everybody for giving us a lot of comments tonight. We're trying to get to each and every one of those as we talk and learn about how Brian let somebody steal his police car. But that's okay. Because it happens to everybody.
Oh, it happened.
I mean, hey, listen, we've all fell out of our mail trucks before, but we can't talk about that.
hey.
So they say. Anyway, listen, we're going to be right back. Another break. It's been 30 minutes, and we want to check it out. So listen, you're listening to Rogan Radio. We'll be right back. Okay, here we go. There we go. We're back in action. What we have going on, we have Jeremy Duckworth on the phone. Jeremy, you with us?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Jeremy, he is Brian. He is our official movie go-to guy. That's who he is. That's who Jeremy is.
Gotcha.
And before we start talking to Jeremy about these things that we watched last night during the Super Bowl, you do know Mark Thompson.
I do know Mark Thompson.
You do know Mark Thompson. You just don't know him by the name of Mark Thompson,
Right.
right
Well,
off the top of your head.
Right.
Okay, so Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, so Mark,
I do know Mark.
Morty knows Mark, and so all is well in the world of Adam and Eve.
I had the radio fog going on over there.
Hey, listen, that's what's funny, because I told Brian when we first started, when we were going to do this, because like I said, we're going to be live on so many different directions, and things are going to be happening so fast in so many different
It's a lot
ways.
of pressure.
There's a lot of pressure. There's so many things that you're paying attention to. That must have been taught.
Yeah, we got this.
Okay. There's so many things that you're paying attention to. I mean, when we first started this thing, it was all just about the audio podcast part, and it was easy. Now that we've incorporated video to it,
I had to do my hair.
I mean, Brian, and you know what? Yeah, I heard today you were talking about having a big head.
Oh, it's huge.
Listen,
You bought me extra large headset, didn't you? Just for this.
Listen, my head's big too, man, and I can't. What normal people can wear, I can't. I mean, it's like I have some kind of an alien.
It's your
head.
hair, man. You got a
always-
lot of hair,
Hey,
Rogan.
listen, I do have a lot of
I
hair.
always wondered why I was not my mother's favorite. I think I know why.
Yeah, she's still sore, probably, from pushing you out.
Jeremy, did you watch the Super Bowl last night?
Of course.
What'd you think about the result of that?
I thought it was a good game.
Listen, here's what when they first, which I don't watch. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't watch a lot of football, right? And
I don't either. That's the only game I watched all year.
And when they
Yeah,
said that
NFL.
it was probably going to be, well, Peyton, if he won, was going to be the all-time winningest quarterback in the NFL, beating what
Yeah.
Brett Favre is like 199 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I saw that story, and listen, I hope this doesn't come true, but how many times have you seen this? At the very beginning of the Super Bowl, they had him being interviewed talking about, no, I didn't do steroids or any enhancements or anything like that. I'm thinking, man, I tell you what, that's going to come
I'm
back
thinking Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, that's the first one I thought about.
The first thing I thought of is don't say stuff like that if it's absolutely not the truth, because everybody that says that, it always comes back to bite them right in the ass every single time.
Where?
Right in the ass. What did you think about the Super Bowl commercials last night? Did you have a pick?
Oh, the best one was the Dorito one, man.
Now, listen, are you talking about the Dorito where they're having the ultrasound?
When the woman's pregnant.
Yeah.
And, you know, the guy's moving the Dorito. That's the best.
Now, see, you know what? I was watching a couple of them, and some of them just to me just did not make total sense. Morty, did you have a special one? Did you like it?
I was being more social than I was watching those. I caught them this morning on the Today Show. I saw the one of those, but that's it. I saw the Dorito one.
I thought the commercials this year were weak.
They were horrible. Honestly.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Horrible.
They weren't good.
The Doritos one's causing a lot of stir though. With I guess with
because people get butt hurt over anything nowadays. That's why.
I love when you say butt hurt. By the way, that makes that's one of those things.
I don't
you
know if
never
I've
really
ever heard
too
Jeremy say butt hurt before.
often. I like that one.
Well, I'm trying to be, you know,
Respectful for our internet audience.
Exactly. You know,
You're a good man.
most people probably don't even know I know how to speak.
Well, you are from Grafton.
Well, what's wrong with Grafton, man?
Nothing's wrong with Grafton. But now, one of the big ones though is getting a lot of praise for some reason. Is this one from Mountain Dew with the puppy monkey baby?
Monkey baby. Monkey
I
baby.
missed that one.
No, that's the
missed
one where
that.
the puppy monkey baby comes out and gives everybody Mountain Dews and like that, kisses people on the lips. Is that not the most?
Yeah, I missed that one.
Okay, well, that's probably a good thing.
Hey, listen, you're not missing anything, Jeremy. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It sounds stupid.
Yeah, and it only cost $8 million for 30 seconds.
Actually, I only think it's like $5 million.
Hey, but listen, we're going to talk to you here about movies. But listen, Brian, before we get to that,
Yes.
let's talk about that big pile-up. Because I almost forgot about that. Because there is like some winter storm warnings coming around for the area.
Yes.
And Jeremy, did you hear about this?
What?
The big snow we're supposed, or I don't even know if it's only going to be like what 3 to 6 inches of
Last thing I heard was 2 to 6 inches between tonight and through Wednesday morning at 7 a.m.
Well, listen, right now down. What was that report that came down from?
WBOY was reporting a 20 to 40 car pile up on the West Virginia Turnpike from a big snow band that came through there and kind of just got everybody off guard, caught them off guard.
That's big time right there, brother.
Listen, 20 to 40.
I saw photos of it. The snow's not even that deep.
Yeah, it didn't look deep at all. Maybe it was. Maybe it was just some ice in there.
20 to 40 cars though.
Northbound was shut down. I thought it was northbound.
That's absolutely insane, man. That's absolutely insane. So let's talk about movies. This is going to be our last segment. Once again, we were very happy to have Morty in the studio. I hope you come back, man.
I'd love to.
And listen, for real, we need to do the Weston trip.
I'm in.
Now, Jeremy, he's too much of a scaredy cat to go to Weston.
Come on, Jeremy. Go with us one time, you big sissy.
I just have better things to do than to look for
Ghosts?
so-called ghosts.
Oh yeah, well you would think until you went down there and got the pants scared off of you, then you wouldn't be saying that. But listen, okay, we're not going to talk about. There's 3 movies we're going to talk about that they were talking about last night. They're going to be 3 blockbusters, and we're not going to talk about Star Trek because I'm not really necessarily sure. Are you a Star Trek fan?
No.
Star Wars fan?
No.
Damn it, Morty!
Never,
Yes,
never
he's a
watched
good guy.
it.
You're just like Jeremy. He's not either.
No, he's not.
One of the big movies though is supposedly going to be. They say Ghostbusters. Have you seen this retread of Ghostbusters that they're going to have out?
I saw the original.
Have you?
I liked it.
I liked it. It wasn't the best movie I've ever seen in my life, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it. No, that's Jeremy's absolute favorite movie.
Oh, it's his favorite?
The problem though is that
I got a tattoo of it.
Oh, hold on for a minute. That's me. The big problem. Yeah, we were looking for who's playing over us.
Yeah, I thought it was me.
The big problem is that they're having a rehash of Ghostbusters, and it's going to be all women, and it's going to just mix everything up. It's just not going to be the same. But, however, two of the big movies.
It's going to be a fantastic movie.
Two of the big movies are going to be Independence Day, the resurgence, in this new Jason Bourne movie. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this daggone Independence Day, because I think this looks better than the original, actually. Ducka, what do you think?
No, not interested at all.
You are not interested in this new movie?
Nah.
Now, look at, we're watching it right now.
Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing, dude. The first one was so good and caught everybody off guard because it was so good. I just think they're just going to try to do too much with the second one. And it's just not going to happen.
The only thing so far, the only thing I don't like about this is Jeff Goldblum's in it.
Listen, that guy's looking old, buddy. You see the picture? You see?
He's a great actor, man.
He really is. He's a classic.
You know, it's almost.
He's a great actor.
I don't miss Will Smith not being in it. Yeah, that was. That's what we were talking about earlier. Apartments.com or whatever that was.
Yeah, stupid.
That was absolutely stupid. That was insanely stupid. So you're not thinking Independence Day is going to amount to anything?
I can't say anything. I will say I will not go watch it in the theater. I won't spend the money to do it.
See, I'm thinking that's going to be a blockbuster, man.
Listen, a lot of people better go see this in the
theater.
theaters.
Blockbuster? No.
I don't know. It may have.
Too many good movies coming out this year, Rogan. Too many good movies.
Well, there's going to be a lot of superhero movies. Do you like those Marvel movies?
That's what's making money, Chuck.
Do you like the Marvel movies, Brian? I don't either. I'm saying I don't either.
Jeremy, what's that new one coming out with Ron Reynolds? What is that?
That's Deadpool, man.
Deadpool's going to be
that
good.
That movie, you need to look at the trailer. Watch the whole trailer.
That's going to be a good movie right there.
It's going to be hilarious.
What do you think about Batman versus Superman or whatever that movie's going to be about?
Ben Affleck is Batman. No thanks.
Okay. Let's talk about this one, though. This is going to be stellar, I think. This is going to be Jason Bourne back. Matt Damon back as Jason Bourne. Now, is this the same director that he said he was only going to come back to do another Jason Bourne movie?
I haven't seen it. I didn't look that up. I didn't think to look that up.
Listen, Jason Bourne movies. Listen, between Jason Bourne and Jack Bauer, if there was ever a fight, it would absolutely...
No, Jason Bourne would kick Jack Bauer's ass all day long.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, he would.
I mean, I can see right off the top of my head that, what's his name there, Matt Damon's, he's been working out a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Now, what's really cool here, now this is the third trailer we're going to talk about. This is a trailer that, from Ritchie County Rebels. This is where, this is Morty in action.
Where's he at? Let's see him. Let's hear him. Let's hear him.
How did you get this?
We have connections, Morty. Check this out. This must be a buzzer beater. St. Mary's?
I don't know.
Come on, I want to hear Morty.
47-47. Jeremy, we're giving you play-by-play.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Buzzer beater, here he goes. We're looking for Morty here.
Oh, I think I do remember this. The siren's going off, yes.
Place is going crazy, man. That was in, I do hear the sirens now. February 7th, 2011. Almost, oh my goodness, dude. 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was a win at the buzzer. Win at the buzzer.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
So what do you think your big movie's going to be, Jeremy? What's it going to be? Jason Bourne? Or is it going to be
definitely.
Deadpool?
Jason Bourne.
Is that going to
be? No, I think Deadpool and then Jason Bourne. Independence Day last.
Yeah, Independence Day is going to be. Are you talking like money-wise?
Well, I'm just going to be with the best movie of the year so far.
Oh, man, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a real toss-up with Deadpool and Jason Bourne. It really is.
I concur.
Jason Bourne he's a badass. I mean,
listen,
he's right up there with Jack Bauer and John McClane.
Listen, 20th Century Fox spent $200 million on that. That's the budget they had for Independence Day. So you know what? The people better be
Really?
filling them seats. Yeah. You know how much? Do you know how much the budget was for the original Independence Day was Will Smith?
Well, I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
$75 million.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy I heard today? Have you ever? Do you like the what are the movies there on the Hobbit movies? Like the
The Hobbit.
the Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings.
What was the very first?
Lord of the Rings.
No. What was the very
Lord of the
first
Rings.
Hobbit? What was the Hobbit movie? What was the very first Hobbit flick?
I think it was The Hobbit.
Okay,
The Hobbit.
that movie had a budget of $600 million. Okay, what was the budget for the latest Star Wars movie, number 7, The Force Awakens?
Couple
$200 million.
Yeah.
My
Wow.
God, $600 million to make a movie,
Listen, it was all CGI.
and I haven't seen it.
Really? Oh, I've seen all those. They're good.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all.
Was that Peter Jackson did all those?
Pete Jackson.
Pete Jackson. You know you call him Pete?
Well, it's because we're on first name basis.
Yeah, you guys are boys.
Hey, Ducko, thanks for. Hey, are you? Hey, did you see the new Doom stuff yet?
I haven't seen the Doom stuff yet.
All right, listen. Let me tell you this. Doom's a buy. I'll buy it for you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's co-op, me and you. That's it.
Hey.
No, I don't care if you can play more than 2 players. It's me and you. We're going to go back old school with that.
Jeremy,
That's right.
hey, Jeremy, how often do you think that guy's
No,
going to
listen, we're going to play Doom. Jeremy and I have roots with Doom.
Now, one thing about Rogan is I remember what's the last Doom, 3, 4, 4:30 in the morning, playing that game. I remember that. Now, of course, it's been 16 years ago.
Jeremy, you know, like I do, the guy can't stay awake past 9 o'clock. What do you think? What makes you think he's going to be on that PlayStation till 4 o'clock in the morning? Trust me, me and you will be playing that game before you and him will.
I'm thinking since here lately he's not, not coming in working his days off like today. Maybe he'll save up some energy and be able to play a little bit later.
Well, you know what? The Chuck got a bad back, so that's probably why he didn't come in today. Poor baby. They call you today? They want you to come to work today?
I saw you demonstrating it to Plan 5. What happened to that back?
Whoa.
Mad Dog said, "What'd you do to Rogan?" I said, "Rogan didn't use the safe word. He didn't use the safe word." So
I want to say a big hello to Taj, Josh Jenkins, Taj Farrow, Shayla Knotts, your wife. What's your wife doing on the Facebook and you're not on the Facebook right now? It's because you're talking on it?
Because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, you know what? So be it.
I was on it watching it, dude. Look, I was commenting up there earlier.
That's
Yeah,
right,
he
buddy.
was. Jeremy's
That's
been
right.
he's been following us since we started.
All right, so listen, I'm
Good
going
job.
to.
Good
I
job,
put
Doug.
Broco when he was talking about the vegan.
Yes, you did put bro code.
Not only are we going to go ahead and play Doom together, but we'll also not watch Ghostbusters together. Does that
Listen,
sound pretty
Justin.
good?
Hey, real
That's
quick.
right.
Hey, Jeremy. Justin Farrow made a comment on Facebook. He said the Ghostbusters will be better than the first one. I don't know if you want to say anything to Justin about that or not, but you know.
It's coming from a guy that looks like Shrek.
Well, he might
I mean-
he might look like Shrek, but he's got his opinion, and he says this one's going to be a
Well,
lot better.
You know what they say now, okay? Opinions are like what?
Assholes.
Everybody's got one.
That's right.
Yeah, I reckon.
And he's just doing that right there in my skin. The movie's going to be a flop. It's going to be a bomb. And I hope it's so bad that the director, Paul Feig, is never, ever allowed to make another movie forever.
Well, we can only.
I couldn't tell you the first movie I ever watched from the guy because I don't know that stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well.
Hey, listen, man, you get back to your business, and thanks for talking to us, bro.
Anytime.
Hey,
man,
listen,
anytime.
we'll see you tomorrow when you're making all that big money.
You working tomorrow?
Yes, sir. I'm working carrying shapes up.
Oh, of course you are.
Shape's got union stuff all day.
Sure
Jeremy's
he
going
does.
to make a lot of money tomorrow.
All right, Ducko, we'll talk to you, brother.
All right.
Later.
Bye bye.
All right, that was Ducko. He was broadcasting us or helping us out with some Super Bowl stuff from Grafton. When's the last time you been to Grafton?
Oh gosh, probably maybe last year. Maybe.
Listen, I was down to Grafton. Went to down to Bob's. Had to get some tires and stuff down there. But you know, Grafton, I love Grafton because it's like Grafton has definitely seen its better days.
Sure.
But when you go down there and you actually see, and I always picture like some just like Shinston or Lumberport, whatever. I always take these old towns and I kind of imagine what they were like in their heyday.
Yeah.
You know, just like Lumberport. I mean, what was you see that big house down there that's just doing nothing.
I think
It's
it's
like, what
empty
was
right
that?
now. Listen, my father-in-law told me stories about it. They used to have a opera house in Lumberport. There was a big movie house. There was a car dealership right there where the old 7-Eleven sat, where they sold new cars.
Wow.
Listen, why are you looking at me like that?
I just want to get gasoline.
Yeah, how about I came clear from Pine Grove and was waited for gas to get when I got to Lumberport, and there's no gas
There's
station.
no gas station
Where did
anymore.
it go?
They had a big sinkhole or something in there.
Well, those
Is there
tanks,
something
those
with it?
gas tanks in there, I guess, or no, there's a culvert that runs all the way because there's like a we call it the shit creek, comes through there and it goes right underneath the road,
Yeah.
right in the West Fork, and it's a big metal culvert that runs under the road and it's rusting out.
Oh, is that what happened to him?
Why you keep looking at me
How
like
about that?
Looking at you like what?
Don't look at me, bro. You got this weird look on your face.
So you know what, Brian? You can't talk to anybody these days without them being offended.
Everybody's offended.
I'm telling you what. Did you? What did you think about the Super Bowl though? Did you watch much of it? I didn't really watch any of it.
This is my Super Bowl story. You play those boards, the 100 squares, you buy them $5 squares or whatever.
Right.
Well, I had 4 and 0. And the final score ended up being, 24-10, something like that? Well, I had the 4 and the 0. Well, to get the 4 and the 0, they had to go, they went for 2 and scored. And why did they go for 2? There was 3 minutes left or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not questioning it now because I'm $300 richer because of it. But the whole time I'm thinking I can't win, and then they go for 2. Why, I don't know.
You gonna pay taxes on that?
It's less
gotta
than
turn that in on the
man,
IRS?
it's less
It's
than
tax
300
time.
bucks. It's less than $300. You don't have to.
Yeah. Is it less than 300 exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got
All right, I'm giving
Actually, I
I'm
think
giving $1 back.
I think it's
$2.99.
Actually, I think it's 500 now. So I just did my. Have you done your taxes yet?
No, I pushed mine to the max.
Oh my God!
April
listen.
15.
There's nothing that makes me more upset than doing this. Is the time of year when I do my taxes, and it just irritates me beyond belief. I don't mind paying my fair share.
Yeah.
Now this might be better for another podcast. But one thing that really I've never understood is how the tax writers, the IRS, I guess, or the government, in more or less terms, how they can give. Say if you want to have kids, okay. What's kids have to do with your income? As you get a what's a tax credit now? Like $8,000 per kid or something like that.
$1,000.
Okay, $1,000.
I'm pretty sure it's $1,000.
So what's that got to do with you making money? That's a choice. If Todd wants to have kids, then why should you get an extra $1,000?
Well, they give you that tax credit because it costs a lot of money to raise kids.
Well, yeah, but what's that got to do with income? If that's a choice. Yeah. So if
I think
if I don't have kids, well, yeah, I am, because if I don't have kids, what's saying that if we're making the same amount of money just because you decided to have kids and I didn't, what gives you the right to get an extra $1,000 taken off your taxes because of that?
I did this year.
There should be a bonus for not having children.
Exactly.
And I want that bonus. Because we've been under control for 45 years.
Yeah. I don't get that tax. Emily turned 17. I didn't get it this year. So I was a little upset.
And what pisses me off about it is when I hear people that get like more than they pay in. So, okay, so if you're below, and listen, this is not going to be very popular, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is.
Income tax credit, yes.
And if you only pay $3,000 in federal taxes and you get $8,000 back, how's that possible? Because you can get all your $3,000 back, but how can you get more than you actually paid into it?
Same way we're at $14 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's
it might be 15 or 16 now. Who knows?
It's crazy. How's it ever going to? I just don't understand it. It just makes me mad. And
Rob Shipe, yes, I'm cold.
Listen,
Rob Shipe knows how cold it stays in his house.
Listen, he pointed out that I'm in the oil and gas business. Could you please turn your gas? Use the gas, please.
Gas is cheap.
I can tell you this, Morty, is that one thing about this house is that it is always cold, and it's an ongoing thing. It's been like that for years. One time living in Staley, we lived over on Simpson Avenue, and we didn't turn the furnace on not a single time the entire year. The entire year, the gas did not come on. And it was so cold in there that if you went and did a number 2, we're going to keep it clean, you could see steam coming off of it because it was so cold, and that is no lie.
And your dating status right now is what?
It's
single. Are you seeing the connection here,
Kind of
Brian?
makes sense, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But you know what? For whatever reason, I don't have a problem with electricity.
Yep.
I have no problem with electricity. Gasoline in the car, a little bit, I guess. But natural gas, I have a real problem with, and I don't know why. I'd go spend $200 on a half a cord of wood, not thinking anything about it. Spend $80 to keep the house at least 65. Oh no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
that's BS.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
I'm kind of cracking on you, but I keep my thermostat at 65. So
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, you're another one. See, I turned mine down to 67 this morning when I was going to work, and I thought Emily was going to have a shit fit. She's like, what are you doing? I
hot.
said, there's nobody here. Why am I
It's too hot. Draws everything out too much, man.
It absolutely does dry everything
You start
out.
shocking everything. One thing you will not notice in this house is when you touch things, you don't get shocked.
Right.
You just don't get shocked.
Touch me right there. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, that's
I
just
just got
because of
shocked.
my natural electricity. Hey, once again, we want to thank Brian Morton for coming in all the way from Ritchie County. It was great to have you here, man. You need to follow Brian. He's doing some great things down there, spotlighting local business. And just if you want to find out about Ritchie County, if you've never been there, Ritchie County is a beautiful place. There's a lot of things to offer down there. Get out, get in your car. Gas is cheap. Go drive and follow Morton at well, I guess Brian Morton, on the Facebook, and you can check us out. We're friends on here, and we can send you a link. We'll even spotlight you on there. And then when you get your show and stuff, when you get your stuff going, listen, man, let's do it. I want to know about it.
I'm in.
All right, and
We'll
we're going
keep you
to
posted.
we're going to get a Weston, right?
Going to
Yeah,
the
Weston.
Yep,
Listen, man.
Good ghost tour.
We need to do that. We're going to get a posse going on. And tell us about the cruise real quick, and we're going to split out of here. Tell us about that.
Oh, my Halloween cruise.
Tell us about the Halloween cruise since we're talking about ghostly
It's going to be
spirits.
a Halloween cruise. It's a Carnival cruise. October 30th. We'll return on November the 6th. We're leaving out of Baltimore, so you don't have to worry about any airfare getting to Miami or anywhere out of too far away. Drive to Baltimore, jump on the cruise ship. Two great things: cruising, and then you add Halloween on top of that. You can be two great fantastic.
How do they find more about that, Morty?
Call Clarksburg Travel Service 623-6761, I believe it is, and tell them it's Morty's Halloween Cruise.
Fantastic. And then they can find out more about that on your
Yep.
Facebook page.
Yep.
Once again, you can do that by just opening up your Facebook.com/Facebook.com/ Brian Morton. And you'll find Morty on there.
There you go.
Piece
Morty's
of
there.
cake. And
Yep.
then you can just go ahead. Man, thanks for coming down, bro.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah.
This has been an experience.
Good
I like
times.
it.
Good times.
It's and listen, when you like I said, if you ever need any help, listen.
I'll be calling.
Because it happens so fast. It gets cloudy in the brain. It just even to this day. I mean, it's just
You make it look easy though, and because you've always got something going on, and I'm like,
Well, Chuck just got that silver tongue I've always said, and he just keeps going and going and going. I just sit here
I
and
don't know where he
listen.
gets it. Yeah, it's just like, just wherever he
Chuck's
takes us,
got-
that's where we go.
He's got that face for radio, man.
that's real nice of you to say.
You're welcome.
Once again, on behalf of Morty and of Todd and the absent tonight, Jimmy Wisniewski, because he's out doing
He's protecting America, Chuck.
he's doing his job.
Yeah.
He's out working.
That's what he does.
God bless him. You know what? I love to. Man, it's almost like it's bizarre not to hear. Jimmy's from Pittsburgh. And every time Jimmy's here, I always love to bust him on Pittsburgh stuff because the Pittsburgh people always love to bust West Virginia people.
Of course.
And my sister just so happened to move to Pittsburgh, so God rest us all.
Yeah.
I know it. But he's not here, so we didn't get to bust on him. But we're definitely going to do that next time. We're going to Jimmy, if you're listening, and I know you daggone well are, you are going to be in trouble next week, boy. Once again, we want to thank Brian for coming down here. You can check us out, Rogan Radio, on the iTunes. You can check us out on Stitcher. You can't check us out on TuneIn because they turned us down because basically I submitted the podcast onto the wrong section. of TuneIn.
Pandora.
You can listen to us on Pandora. You can check out the video on YouTube, here on the Facebook, of course, and of course everywhere else. It seems like Twitter, Google Plus, you name it. That's just how it goes anymore. It's just I don't even know where to begin and how to end on that.
Yeah, well, I think you said a mouthful, buddy.
Oh, I love when you say a mouthful.
Yeah, I give you a mouthful.
Hey, on behalf of Morty, the absent Jimmy, Todd, and myself, Chuck, we thank you for listening to Rogan Radio tonight. Until next week, peace out, babies.